Lights, camera, action.
Are you inviting Royce to the wedding? If you invite talking about people going to your wedding and shit?
Any of my receivers, I don't like you. Hella people.
The more people, the merrier, you know?
Oh, getting married, the merrier.
Everybody. Hell yeah.
So good at this.
Shut up.
Boys on? Well,
Gang,
okay.
gang.
Let me show you.
Yo, welcome back to the San Leone Boys. It's your boy Griffin.
Hey, what's going on? It's your man Elvin.
What's up, it's Adon, and today we're joined by, hit me with your business name, your fucking,
This is Marbin Campos, and we're from the Campos Realty Team.
yeah.
This is your boy Royce. I'm number 2, so.
And also, behind the scenes, we have,
Christian.
Royce.
that's what's up, dog. And we have our producer, Sebastian's back here, too, you
He's
know?
just here to tell us if we're fucking up or not.
Yeah.
Keep us in check.
He's just here to yell at George.
They're not even. They're not on camera, so you can say anybody's here. Yo, we got Hulk Hogan here, bro, ladies and gentlemen.
We got Stone Cold Steve Austin in the Rogue. They're about to do a rematch of the fucking
Gang,
WrestleMania 23.
Ajax Styles is in the bathroom right now.
Yeah. And we got Tupac in here, dog.
Damn, that's what's up. So I know absolutely fucking nothing about like how to be a realtor and yada yada and all this on the third.
I mean, I guess becoming a realtor, you could do it a couple of different ways. You could definitely kind of just go online, do it that way. You can take classes. It is a little bit difficult and it's expensive to get in the game. I think that's the hardest part. Yeah.
Expensive? Why? Like classes and stuff is expensive?
Yeah, it's expensive taking classes. It's a lot of time consuming. It's expensive to take tests. It's expensive to join associations.
That's crazy how they like fucking.
What's a
They make you pay for tests, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's
bro,
how
you gotta pay for this test.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for college. Technically.
I mean,
You gotta pay to do homework. That's some real
At the
shit,
same
right?
time, though, but if somebody's representing you, you're buying a house, they better know their stuff, right?
Shit, one of you motherfuckers gotta wake up, bro.
Was that an alarm? I thought it was
Wake
just a
up,
text message.
Yeah.
Wake up, son. But okay, so yeah, whatever the test. And so how long is that process of doing all that?
It depends. It could be as long as.
Yeah,
6
you guys
months to
want
a
get like
year.
make love to that mic, dog. Get in there, bro.
Well, I guess I can speak
That's
to.
so
I was recently
wonderful.
licensed. You know.
You could make it higher too, so that'd be easier for you to swivel it around. There you go, bro.
Okay, there we go.
You might have to be like mouth to mouth so you can like fucking talk back to it. You know what I mean?
Oh well, it really depends. So like I did it when I was still working full time in their job, and then I got my license slowly, and I got it back in March. But it took me roughly 6 months, working 40 to 50 plus hours to getting home, studying and everything. But then we have someone like Christian who started, and he took it, what was it, Christian, like...
Just 1 month.
That's 1 month, right? So it just depends on you, like how much time you have and how much effort you can put in.
What were you doing? You had no time? Were you unemployed and shit, dog?
Basically,
That's what I'm talking about. Homie was just going to the gym and just fucking taking realtor classes.
You
Well,
said.
and just to clarify, though, that is taking your classes, because then you that's step one, because then from there you have
Throw that
tests.
mic like right in between you. That way
Yeah,
we're
so
just,
after classes you have tests, and sometimes it takes a couple of times for you to get to pass actually the test, and every time you take it, it can make $150, $200. So that's what I mean. It could get expensive. You have to drive to Atlanta, waste a whole day. If you don't pass the test, you're having to drive back again.
that sucks.
And that's mostly the case. I mean, new realtors, they have a full-time job because who has time to just jump
This
into
guy
the real
does.
estate game.
Christian.
Unless you're a Christian, right?
He just bench presses and does fucking realtor shit.
You said 50 plus hours, dude.
Oh yeah, man! I was a store manager for AT&T, so
Yeah, you're
that
right
was
for
like
a minute.
That's
kinda
50,
like-
that's 50 plus more hours than I work, dog. Straight up.
So like, did y'all always want to be realtors, or was it just something that like happened, or? Was
we started about 3 years ago.
We the way we started, it was like we actually started about 4 or 5 years ago, and the way it started is we bought a house. I don't know if you've heard, but you can kind of buy houses at the courthouse. Anybody heard that before?
I've heard
No.
that kind of
So you can, like,
say
if you have enough
whorehouse?
money. Yeah, if you have enough money, if somebody, like, for example, has debt on the house, like if they haven't paid their taxes, if there's liens on the property, if they let it go, if there's a foreclosure. Well, most of the time, the first dibs comes at the courthouse, but you have to have cash on hand. So, together we're like, hey, we can buy a property, flip it, make some money. This is gonna be great. Well, we did that, but we didn't know anything about it. So we ended up buying a property, us and another buddy. And then we flipped it. So after working 40, 50 hours at work, we were going out there to work on it, and then kind of literally painting it and changing floors, doing everything ourselves to save money. And then when we were getting ready to sell it, we couldn't sell it. And then we found out that the house was in a flood zone, which means they have to have a separate insurance. We knew nothing about it. We've been working on the
Gotta
house.
do your
for
research, man.
Well,
They
yeah.
don't
Oh, Kelvin. Oh, you fucking know, Kelvin.
Hey, Kevin's a realtor too. No,
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we forgot to hit you up before we bought it. So.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Don't be fooled by the do-rag, bro. I'll get it done, bro. There's a brain under the braids in the
There you
do-rag.
go. There, I can tell.
Well, the funny part is we actually hired, I think we hired like 2-3 realtors, and we had it on the market for about a year until this guy was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to go get my license. Literally went, got his license, put it up for sale himself, and sold it within like a couple months.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
So that was my first sell.
Yeah.
And then I compared checks. And then I was like, all right, well, it took you 8 months to do this. And then I did this in a couple months. And I did like way more work here than here. So I was like, fuck, stay a realtor.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's how we started, and then kind of went from there. But again, it's a very controlled market. So it's kind of hard to get in if you don't know anybody. It's easier if you know somebody, if somebody's already established. But when you're new and you're trying to build a name,
Did you guys know somebody? No, here, let me answer it for you, dog. No, let me answer the fucking phone call. No,
Hey,
we're not fucking doing anything.
Go ahead.
Let me answer
Go
it, bro.
ahead.
He's not-
Obviously, fucking no. I mean, obviously, we need to answer.
Finish
this,
what you were
I'm saying.
saying, bro.
And so, did you guys know somebody?
Want me to answer?
our
or
way
what?
in was or my way in was through a realtor that we hired to sell the house that ended up.
Who did you hire? Can you say?
It was a realtor from
John Wick.
from another area, just from Ringgold.
That's what's up.
But yeah, that was our into the game, and then from there, I mean, we're in a town where 50% of people here are bilingual or Spanish speaking.
There's mad bisexual
Exactly. So
people
if you
here.
compare the realtor.
No. He said bilingual, not bisexual.
Oh.
Bisexual, no.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Talking
said,
about you.
Sure. I thought when you say bi, just put bi in front of it, it automatically meant you go both ways.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
'Cause I heard,
English,
like,
Spanish, man. Exactly.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you said there's a lot of people that ride bicycles here, but no. But he-
See, I thought bicycles.
No,
you
bilingual.
See, also that thought you meant you go both ways.
Yeah, no, bilingual. That's
Hey, we learn
Spanish and
something new
English.
every day, dog. Really, some motherfuckers is smart.
Hola, ¿cómo
son.
estás? You know what I'm saying? That type.
Damn, you like
Oh.
men too?
there you go.
Fuck, bro, that's crazy.
That's
But
not what I said, bro.
That type of
So would you say you
Welcome
guys
to the
kinda
Lions Den, bro.
the black table, son?
yeah.
So would you say you guys kind of like? So what made you want to? So you just hit him up?
Well, I was building a good career at AT&T. I'll be honest, and then this guy just for years, every couple months, hey man,
Hey,
come
fucking
hit me
job,
up,
dude.
yeah,
Come
because he
through.
came from the same business, so he's like, come with me, man. Like I'm too busy. So one day, I was just tired. I got home. I worked like 50 hours that week. I was exhausted.
And you were getting paid by the hour. You were getting
No,
salary,
I'm
right?
salary, so
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't matter if I
that
work.
Sucks.
So, I was home and I was still working on my laptop. My wife was kind of mad because she's like, when you spend time with me, I was like, you know what, you're right. Like,
Let's get
it's
divorced.
It's time for me.
right?
No,
Yeah, you're right. Let's get divorced.
no.
You're getting
I'm
in the
never
way.
here.
I'll lose about half the shit. So.
Yeah, you say you're right. I'm tired of you getting in the way of my dreams.
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't sign a prenup, dog?
No.
You gotta go with a prenup, right? Marvin, did you sign a
she's
prenup?
smarter
I
than
did
me.
not sign a prenup. I love no
Ooh,
one.
y'all are Christian. You signed a prenup.
Shout out to Noah.
You guys are really Mexican, dog.
Yeah, y'all are
Ecuadorian,
wild.
man.
Word, gang. I'm Dominican, bro.
Dominican, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ganga.
Yeah.
Fuck Mexicans.
Damn, bro.
Shout out to like
That's
80% of our viewers,
That's my
dog.
client base, dog.
That's me.
That's what Ecuadorians and Dominicans say behind closed doors when you're not around.
Talk a little bit of trash. Just a little bit.
God. Okay, so then you said whatever, like, you're right, I don't have time to spend with you, and then you were
Well,
like,
yeah,
I'm
then-
gonna take Marbin up on his offer.
Yeah, and I just was like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm following my dreams. I'm gonna be self-employed, and I did real estate and basically AT&T for what, almost half a year, and
A little longer.
a little longer. So I was working like crazy hours, and then to the point where I built my business up enough where I was like,
that's
I'm out.
crazy, dog.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he is
It's
full time
difficult.
recently. I mean, what, maybe a month and a half? something
Yeah,
like that,
just
since
left
he's been out.
recently.
Oh,
Oh,
damn,
so
so
you've been doing it for like a month and a half.
Yeah, I was
No.
doing both for.
Well, he's been doing it full time
Oh,
now.
okay,
Like he's
now.
left his full time AT&T
So
corporate.
now I'm full time real estate versus.
Okay, so real estate, how does that work? You know what I mean?
What
Do
do
you
mean?
guys buy houses? You separately buy houses, and then
It could be there's different way. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do real estate. So we help in the transaction aspect of it. So we help a person that's wanting to purchase a house or sell a house. We help that that transaction happen. So our boy hits us up and he's like, hey man, trying to sell this house, trying to
Yeah.
a bigger one, bigger room with
Yeah.
bigger podcast and everything. And that's where we come in. But anyways,
I mean, not this podcast is small or anything. You know what I mean? I'm just,
huge. I mean, I'm just saying bigger room,
Yeah.
square
I'm
feet.
saying.
That's all I'm talking about.
They can only see this corner, bro. So just keep the illusion going. Keep the illusion
it's an
going,
optical
Well,
bro.
we move up
illusion.
to from a $3 million to a $5 million house.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That's what's up. That's what's
He'll
up.
be on the podcast. He's already lying, dude.
You're lying like us, dog. Like, stay lying on the podcast.
Great, dude.
But yeah, that's where we make our money, the transaction of it. You can make money in different parts of it. There's investors. We technically started as investors trying to flip a house. We saw that there was money being made and opportunities that were available to us if we were just to help people, so we stuck with this. But I mean, as we do this, currently right now we're actually flipping a house, and we have a buddy that's also involved in it. So you can do a couple of different things at once. Plus, if you're in the game, you get to see what's good, what's not good. You can see where there's a good deal. Yeah. So you kind of get to see, hey man, I think I can buy this for a steal, get a new paint job on there, get new floors, or whatever cosmetic arrangements I can do to it, and then up and resell it, make some money out of it. So you can play different aspects of it. There's also commercial. A lot of people are like, I want to get into commercial real estate. You get your license kind of the same way, residential, commercial. Now you can specialize in just doing one. There's a lot of more money to be made in commercial, but it's also a lot harder because it's all
A lot more riskier, maybe?
Not riskier, but it's very connection based. You have to know somebody to be able to make some money on it. You can go out there and say.
So what's the difference between like commercial real estate and then just?
You talk about buildings, like if you're like, man,
So, like,
now I
okay.
want to,
not houses, like businesses,
not
and
residential,
yada yada.
Yeah. So
Right,
for example, like anything, like where the Ross and AT&T, all that, that building was dying. So a real estate company bought that, sold it, and then they developed it, and then So there's that side of it as well. There's a lot of money to be made, but there's.
We said you gotta know people like that. Like,
you gotta know people that are doing something similar to it already. It's kind of hard
to just like.
Yeah, it's harder to build your name. Like if you start in residential, you can try to build your name by just helping people out, helping the average client get into a house or something like that. You start building your name. It's a little harder to get somebody to trust you to buy it.
Oh, the whole as commercial building.
A $500,000 commercial building. You're like, well, how many $500,000 commercial buildings have you sold?
My first
like,
one.
I'm gonna test out with you, and they're like, I don't really want you.
Yeah.
And
that makes
those
sense.
people are very educated. Those people that have that type of money to be, they're very.
Normally they already have a person like,
And
hey, I'm
normally
gonna use this guy.
Yeah. First of all, the opportunity won't be there unless like there's a skip, like that person either is on vacation or they're mad at that person, so they call you because they might see good reviews on you, and then if you don't know your stuff, they'll know pretty quickly.
Sometimes you gotta murder somebody, dog.
Sometimes,
like in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like that way, like does the property value go down? Like there's been like a murder in the neighborhood.
Is that
like
the property value? No, it's actually. Technically,
it goes up.
Murder, no.
People love ghosts.
Depends who got murdered, no.
People love ghosts, though.
People love ghosts.
Actually, we can't, like, even if we know, we can't disclose if there's ghosts.
Oh, no, I mean,
yeah, even then, like.
I've been into some creepy houses, though.
I'm used to it by
it's
now.
not,
I've been to a lot of
Orders saying you
orders
killed
and shit.
somebody in the house.
This podcast is really about killing people.
Well, you can think of a foreclosure. If you're losing your house, think about it, it's still yours until the bank takes it over, right? And then, so that's a foreclosure. So, we've walked into houses where there's no electricity, like people just get mad and you start punching, walls, just whatever, whatever, destroying the wall. It's still your house until the bank takes possession.
A baby? You ever found a baby?
Never found a baby.
No, never found a baby.
They ain't partying how we partying.
Got a couple babies out here.
So like right now,
Are they y'all's babies?
Just found them, dog.
Is
that illegal?
I'm sorry.
the paternity test hasn't came back.
This is
They
not the
don't
time to
know
put
yet.
about babies.
It might be mine. One of them has braids. I think it's mine.
So like right now,
braids.
Yeah, scientifically, if you have braids and you have a baby, it comes out with braids, bro.
Is that how it works?
already done like full.
I read that
Yeah.
study.
And a do-rag, maybe, sometimes.
That explains a lot. I've seen a lot of babies, man.
Yeah.
So I follow you on Facebook and stuff, like the Campos Realty and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I've been seeing like you're selling houses like crazy right
We
now.
are, yeah.
So like
Bro,
right
it's
now,
a hot cake, right?
We're blessed. We're blessed. Like I said, we're taking we're taking a lot of the market. Just again, we're bilingual. We're good. We like what we do, and we do it for the best interest of the client. And I feel like to this day that has been kind of like the best thing for us. And that has been what has differentiated us from pretty much any other client. So you can go in this for the money, which I kind of thought about it in my brokest times. Hey, if I close this, I will make this much, and it never closes. So when I started doing it for the people and say, if I get this, this person in this house is going to be for the best thing for them, or somebody has a house they need to sell, and you know, if I give them this type of money, it's going to change their life. That's when my life changed. Before then, when I did it for the money, never made no money.
I think to this day, like I have like 9 deals pending, and I don't know what I'm gonna get paid on any of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm just all I know is like this was what this person needs, this is what that person needs. Like I don't like as far as I get paid, I just know the check's gonna come at some point. Like,
Yeah.
that's our mentality.
So how does that the whole getting like the pay thing off? Because you get paid off.
It's percentages, yeah. It's based on percentages. So usually you negotiate. Most of the time, it's paid by the seller, both sides of the transaction. And you have 2 people in the transaction. You have the person, the company is representing the seller. It could be any company, and then you have a company representing the buyer. They could be any other company. We work for Keller Williams, so that's our broker.
Shout out Kelly Williams one time, dog.
Shout out.
Downtown Dalton. So, and then you usually negotiate with the seller a commission that they're a percentage of what the house sells for, and then you split that with the other agent, and then you kind of go from there. And then when you're a real estate agent, you never get a check to your name. You always get a check that's made out to your brokerage, and your brokerage can pay you. We can only get paid by our brokerage.
So how long is that like process? Because obviously you guys don't.
From when we close to when we get paid?
Yeah.
It depends on the brokerage, but no more than a week.
So you get paid off like once the house is sold and stuff. So
Yes.
pretty much like your broker, like does he get paid off for that percentage?
Everybody makes a split on you until you become your own broker. You never. That's why there's never a check.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I've been broke.
Think
Nobody's paid me yet.
Think about a bunch of pimps.
And we're just budging up.
Yeah, exactly.
wow.
It's like that.
It's your
Yeah.
boy, dog.
We never.
We've been broke for a long time.
Yeah, everybody gets a split, which makes sense. We're kind of writing on their name, so it makes sense. But yeah, until you become a broker, there won't be a check made out to you. It always gets paid out to the company. The company's the only one that can pay you.
So have you ever thought about like trying to be a broker?
Yeah, I have, especially now that as the team's growing and technically you have to be in the game for a little bit so you can actually take a broker's test. And I'm getting to that where I can qualify for it, but I don't think it's worth it.
Why is that?
Not for me, just yet. Overhead, it's expensive. Overhead's expensive. You need a brick and mortar. You know, you need an actual location. You need to have secretaries. You need to have. Everything gets expensive. So
That's another room for Airbnb.
there you go, man. That's all we need. People, no. This podcast is number 1.
Yeah. Niggas sleeping here. He's got to deal with us doing this.
Yeah, bro. Let's look in the corner under the camera, bro. They can do that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and you can. I mean, we it's always a conversation that we're always having, you know. But I think at this time we're having.
About me running out the podcast room?
No,
man. Let's talk about this that much.
So, we're doing it for it. No, but yeah. Still though, I mean, I feel like I love it. I love what I do, and I genuinely, you know, see somebody in the streets, and I'm like, man, I sold you a house, and they genuinely want to talk to you.
Hell yeah.
I think that happened earlier. We were just changing our oil, and the guy's like, "Hey man, what's up? How's your house going?" And the guy was like, "I actually want to buy another house." Like it's crazy. Like
Selfish motherfucker. You ain't happy with one house.
I mean, people buy one, and then they start thinking about investments.
Yeah.
So it's like you buy one, you can rent, you know, buy
Yeah.
another one, rent
No,
another
yeah.
one, and so on.
Absolutely.
Some of the wealthiest people that I know are like, it's considered passive income. Like,
Why did you say when you started, you decided on flipping houses? Why did you go with flipping houses instead of like
go ahead and
fixing houses and then renting them and all that?
Capital. We don't have the capital to do that. We honestly, I mean, we had some money, but a lot of the money we borrowed to be able to make it happen. And it's just we don't have the capital, you know. Rent, I mean, is amazing. You know, you borrow $10,000. I think we were all $15,000 in debt. Plus, we had $15,000 each.
HGTV makes it look really easy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
No, HGTV they talking about like, yo, I sell rubber bands and like my fucking wife makes Play-Doh toys for kids. And our budget's like $15 million. I was like, fuck out of here.
It's so funny. Like our store, we always had HGTV on because we have like TV, a big ass TV there, and it's like HGTV. We're like, you know what? We need to do that, and then we did it, and we're like, this is a lot harder.
These twin motherfuckers make it seem a lot easier.
Yeah.
If you have the money, though, if you do have the money, like if you have, I mean, better than, you know, going to the bank and putting in $100K. Like if you actually have it and you don't need to use it, that is the way to go. If you can buy a property, because when you buy a property,
Just
let's just say $100K, you have $100K, you buy a property for $100K, you rent that out for $1,000 a month, right? So I mean, you're bringing in $12,000 a month. A year. And then after that, you have it 5 years, paying $60K on it. You're like, well, I'm ready to sell it. Well, hopefully, or in the perfect scenario, the market's always increasing. So hopefully by 5 years of you having it, you bought it at 100, now it's worth 120. So you made 60K on renting it for 5 years, minus any expenses you have on fixing and here or there. But you sell it and then you get 120 back.
Yeah.
So
But if you buy a house cash for 100K, don't you need proof of where that money came from?
And
necessarily.
why would you
You show up with cash in a fucking book bag and be like, hey.
The weirdest thing, some of the business owners in this town, I had somebody that was selling a property, and I do remember that specific interaction because they were like, I need you to show up to because I had a client buying it cash, the person selling was represented by another brokerage, and they were selling the property. And they're like, yeah, I'll sell it to you, but I need cash on the table. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you never do a transaction like that. Like, if you're wiring anything, if you're paying anything over 5,000, you're wiring that money. You're not like providing cash or a check or like showing up with
But he wanted
duffel bag.
He wanted a
He just
duffel
wanted
bag.
a duffel bag.
Duffel bag rubber
And I was
bands.
like, you married business owner in this town. I'm like, why would you want them unless you're trying to hide it?
I guess I can't buy a house, bro.
Hey guys,
let's talk about his car. Actually,
we'll help y'all. Come on, we'll create an LLC. We'll just make a couple payments to it.
All right, what's
Wire
LLC?
Let's not say that on camera, bro. But
Oh, my bad.
I'm about to say LLC. I don't even know.
We got great attorneys.
That's a business name.
Limited liability company. Yeah. It's just like a company. Like we operate, like Campos Realty Team is an LLC. It's a corporation. Limited liability.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you. So on your realty team, who is it? Is it these two handsome gentlemen here?
Yes.
Just them two?
It's a team. It's all
That
of
is
us.
this is the real estate agents. We have an agent that's joining us that's already working. That's already a realtor, but he's working in a different market, the market Calhoun. And then we have three future agents that are going to be taking their test within the next 30 to 60 days. And then we have 2 support admins, which one is just a regular admin that helps us with a lot of paperwork, a lot of back end, and then my wife helps us with a lot of like HR/marketing.
Wow.
So it's actually a team.
Wow. So you
This
have,
is
like,
the sales side of it.
It's
You got the
like
sales
a
team.
big So you actually I didn't know that. I didn't know. So you have like out through Calhoun.
Yeah, I can't be posting all that stuff on Facebook, man. That's other people. Yeah, we're out there selling. If we were posting all that,
that's a part of your team. So
Yes.
how did you start that?
Slowly,
Do
man.
you
I
have
mean,
like gang initiations? You gotta jump them in.
a little bit.
You know, you gotta like a little bit of hazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little different. Yeah, we gotta in a room. Yeah, they have to pay a certain amount of time.
That's like the same thing.
315 to get in.
210. My boy does too, like 240.
I think something like that. I don't know.
I don't believe it, though.
I'll send you a video. Nobody believes it.
Calvin weighs 185 right now. Convince him.
Kevin does not weigh
Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
Kevin's a solid 135 maybe.
135 with wet clothes on, dog.
Trying to save your soul.
But I'm sorry. So how did you get that team started?
Little me.
Initially, it was myself and my wife pretty much. And we did that for the longest.
Shout out to the wife, bro.
She got me here.
That's good food, by the way.
And then over time, we just started hiring just what we could. I mean, just over time, as we needed more support, we hired more support. As I couldn't answer the phone anymore, I was like, I kept on him for a good 2 years.
So you guys cool
Yeah,
friends
we
way
have.
before.
Well, yeah, we met each other at the bank. We both worked for Wells Fargo, so we have that experience, and then we worked for at AT&T together. So we have
8 years working together now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And corporations, and I think that's what helps so much.
Because you guys do just work ethic, and you knew how
The
like
work ethic, and we saw how
you
corporations
guys knew
did
each
it.
other. And,
Well, that's one, but we saw how Wells Fargo did it. So we
Yeah.
saw how they managed, how they ran
Right.
a branch, how everything, and then we went and we helped AT&T,
Yeah.
and then we saw how they ran a store. Again, he told you the last job he was running a crew of like 10 people, and then he came over here. So I mean, the knowledge is there, the capabilities.
How'd you get Christian on there?
Chris,
Oh, bro,
also, I'm about to say
we
that.
need to switch that out for Christian,
He's
bro.
hanging out a sign in front of Little Caesars.
Yeah, he was outside curling at the gym. Like, you know what? You should be a fucking realtor, dog.
Face of a realtor.
Yeah.
You press 310, you can join the bro.
Nah, Royce actually approached me last year. We
Really?
talked about it a couple different times.
Talking to the mic.
Yeah, that one doesn't work. Like, Royce, let's switch out real quick.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
And now we're gonna ask you some questions, Christian.
Yeah, bro.
Not talking to the mic right there.
That mic is off. It's off. Stop.
And we can probably hit
Talking to the mic, man.
The one right up there, bro.
But yeah, so yeah.
So basically, Royce approached me a couple times last year. Because I was working with him at AT&T, but just at a different
Yo,
store.
how y'all just work at AT&T?
Shout out AT&T though.
Shout out to AT&T.
No, fuck AT&T. Shout out Verizon one time, bro.
Yo, Sprint, that's what I got over here. Sprint.
I mean, I know these guys were like killer salesmen, and I did pretty good myself, and so I knew what kind of work ethic they had, so I kind of wanted to jump in with it. I always wanted to do real estate, and
Why?
My dad, he had a little background flipping houses.
You got a dad, bro?
That's crazy, bro. How's that? What's that like? What's that like, bro?
You know, he slaps me around sometimes.
Yeah, that's crazy. No one slaps me around, but I don't have a dad either. You know what I mean? What's up?
And when you call your dad, it's like, hola, mijo?
Like, what does he say? Does he answer the phone when you call him? Do you have a fucking contact save his dad?
I should say father.
No work, babe.
Yeah.
The only father I have is the father from the church. You know what I mean?
Only father I got that one dude that called me daddy. Go ahead.
Wait,
What?
What did you say?
Like, oh, you daddy or you call him daddy?
What?
Shout out this line.
Those lions not.
Yo, can you guys shut up? He's trying to tell his funny story, guys.
My bad.
I'm sorry for the two motherfuckers, dude.
Bash, tell him something, dog. Fuck. That's
why you're here.
Doing this shit, dog. Alright, my bad, Christian.
Long story short, I got a job right after college working as a freight broker. Didn't work out.
As a what?
A freight broker.
What's that?
Middleman freight. So companies that need to ship out freight would hire the trucking companies and manage all their logistics.
Okay.
That didn't work out. COVID kind of messed up the whole market for that.
Oh, absolutely.
And then found myself without a job, and I was like, you know, it's now never. So might as well jump in the game.
So the realtor game. And you said so you was working at AT&T with the rest of these guys. And Royce was on it for you to get on it. Right? He was on your ass about it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you were like, all right, yeah. I'll do
That's
it.
pretty good. I always wanted to do it. One of these days.
What you did is very similar. I mean, he was a broker, we have brokers, so he was brokering deals. I mean, again, that's all we're doing. We're helping A to B, so we're just helping deal. We get a split of making it happen from A to B. And he was already kind of doing that, but for transportation.
So how long have you been doing it then? I guess just a realtor, not just necessarily broker.
Really just started this month.
Really?
Started coming to the office, started making phone calls.
How's that?
Talking to people. It's a little rough sometimes, you get beat up doing stuff like that. But you know, you gotta come at it with everything.
Who? Tell me.
Go get their asses, dog. Go get their asses.
That's Frat Boy Fitness over there.
Yeah.
You got some boys up there.
Dealing with people, you gotta have a personality.
Absolutely.
Thick skin, yeah, there we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people are people, especially when you're helping them buy the most expensive thing that most people usually buy in their life, which is
Oh no, yeah. I feel like there's nothing more. It's like house and everything. Is like
I mean, you buy a car, it's already stressful enough.
Yeah.
You're spending
a
5-6 times for that.
I don't buy a prostitute, dude.
I don't know how much that costs.
I mean, I feel like that's literally
Is there
the
brokers
least
for
stressful
that?
thing ever.
Is there somebody brokering that too?
Yeah.
Is there money there?
Yeah, it's called a pimp. Yeah.
Broken the shit out of that.
Nah, but it was one prostitute stole my money one time in San Diego, dog. It was some fuck shit. Oh, let me go get some beers, and they just left.
He left? He left?
So how long you been doing that for a minute, right?
Right.
So then, so what made you want to get him on your team?
He's a hustler. I mean, I know him from AT&T. So the dude's a hustler. When you know a hustler, you want him in your team. If he's a tiger, you want him, You want him, why are y'all doing podcasts all the time?
Yeah, clowns. All of us are clowns.
Personality, whatever it is, it clicks. If it clicks, it clicks. I mean, yeah, so, I mean, you want somebody like that in your team. You want somebody that's going to go out there and just kill it and make you look good.
So then what made you just, because you have people that like, you are obviously that close to on your team, right?
Oh, yeah.
And how do you go about deciding that?
Well, I mean, they have to be a good fit. Interviews, man, I mean, just a regular process. We hired so many people for other corporations, I mean, for multi-million-dollar corporations that by this point...
Oh, like as far as like AT&T and or Wells Fargo stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we learned
That's
a lot
true.
from them.
That is true.
So we're taking that out to ourselves here pretty much. So I'm not,
That's fucking awesome. What you're doing is fucking dope.
Literally, bro.
If Royce and Christian like get out of line, like what's your
My control is think about a water hose and then just think about leads coming out from a water hose. So if your quality of how you're treating somebody goes down, the quality of the lead coming in goes down.
God, that's a smart hit or fucking heard in my life. I wish I would have fought him.
I do. We have a trainer.
Fight him?
Shout out Ton. No, I don't.
Oh, Ton?
I hate Ton. I hate Ton.
Beast Mode too?
Yeah. I told him he needs to come in here and
He
do a
should.
podcast.
He
with
should.
him. I told him this morning, yeah, because he's a beast.
That's exactly what I do. I just start beefs like a fucking bar and shit. I'm like, Griffin. Damn, dude. This guy's talking shit. Question, he's gonna beat him up for me, dude.
Oh shit, alright.
I just give me like a newfound confidence. I just fuck with anybody I know, dude.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Yeah, man. Yeah.
But when you say so, like, that's how you. So, okay, I mean, that's as far as you don't really, like, you know, necessarily fight them, but, like, I mean, because I feel like it's kind of hard to find that, like, fine line between, like, you know, friendships and business, you know?
Yeah, that was.
Because you have to have that, like, yo, look, you're messing up on this, you're doing this bad, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think the benefit, so far I've been lucky in a sense that at least these two guys would.
They're not fuck ups?
Well, we worked together where if they fucked up, it wasn't going out of my pocket.
Mm.
So we understood how we worked then, and it worked well. So we're bringing that out here now. You know, y'all can interview me a year from now and be like, "Dude, I hired 3 people. They're the worst people. You know, they tips to the ground." But so far,
always
blessed.
I don't even remember their names now. It's just that guy.
I mean, no, but I'm saying in addition to them. But I'm, but like so far, I've been blessed to have, to have them, kind of join, and we already kind of know how we work. We've done it in a sense so much for other corporations that, at this point our brains already know what they're doing. They're just going at it. And when what was it, last Friday? We had a really tough day, but I mean, we made the impossible possible. Really? So it's stuff like that, yeah. And then it's those times, like on the hard grind days, that you really see and you appreciate what you have and the team that you have, and you're like, dude, we kicked ass today, and we let everybody eat dust pretty much. Yeah.
So are you like, when you say you're the realtor, so you're the actual guy that goes to the house and shows the house to people?
We all do. We all have similar responsibilities. The only difference is I'm the team leader, but the responsibilities are the same. So pretty much I get called when there's a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Royce handles his fires. He's still learning how to handle fires.
Working on it.
But I mean,
You're lucky you're handsome, dog.
That's what I told him. I took him.
You're lucky you're good looking.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, I took him to a closing, and the attorney was there. The attorney was like talking to him more than me.
Oh.
He was like, yeah. He's like, so how you like it? Like he was all interested, and I'm like, dude, it's because you're handsome, man. Yeah. I got pictures. I'm gonna put him in the front.
Put him on your cover.
Yeah, I have another handsome older guy that's joining, and his name's Eric. He's a beast in car sales, and I'm excited. No, Eric. Azua.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, no, but he's a beast. I mean, he's like a pastor, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Bitches love pastors, dog.
I mean, great at public speaking. I'm so excited.
Nothing gets a girl more wet than a fucking pastor, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, one time I told this girl I was a pastor, bro. It was like Niagara Falls down there. You know what I mean?
I always keep a Bible verse in my pocket. Austin 3:16 says I will whip your ass. It will.
As soon as he said all that, he was like, I couldn't fucking step right, bro.
Yeah.
No, but
you guys are disgusting.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah. It does help to have nice looking guys. Look, man. It makes people.
And dude, honestly, with anything, with anything at all.
We started. I mean, we've been going to again Tom's Gym, and it's been 3-4 months or something like that, but. Dude, we feel different than how people treat us and talk to us, man.
Yeah.
And when you meet somebody for the first time, it does make a difference. I mean, when you know their personality, you know who they are, everything's the same. But when you meet them for the first time, it makes that first impression.
That first impression is always different. Yeah. And I feel like it's also another thing is like even like just working out, going to the gym.
Oh, it makes you feel good.
It's just automatically,
being healthy just reflects on you.
Like who the fuck's gonna get pregnant today? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that shit just gets in your head.
I think I woke up. We work out 6:30, and I started my morning by getting punched in the jaw. It was crazy.
This man did start it there.
You get beat up.
And it's just sometimes we spar at the end, and this man did.
Oh, y'all be boxing?
I
didn't know Tom.
You don't know who you're meeting nowadays, man. You gotta know somebody.
That's how you
we go shooting, we go spar. Yeah, we have to.
You can take on anything after that.
We're meeting new people. We're showing them a $300,000 house. if they're not educated, they're like, well, this is your house. You're gonna try to rob you or something.
You gotta kind of like know their interest, bro.
Yeah. You gotta, just.
Yeah. So she's like a ballet dancer. Y'all gonna take ballet real quick.
There you go. Just ballet. Just a little bit of ballet.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Something that I would like to kind of, I guess, talk about would be how the market is today and how things are being affected, especially with like the virus and stuff like that.
What virus?
Right? What virus? We currently, I mean, there's a shortage of inventory in our market. There's and what that means, I don't know if you've heard, but like, at least interest rates for homes have gone down a lot, tremendously. So, like for example, if anybody has a house that has a 30-year mortgage, it's a great time to refinance. It's a great time to see if you could do a 15-year mortgage, refinance to a conventional, especially if you've had it for at least 2 to 5 years, because that means you have equity.
Bro, somebody take notes down right
now.
Yeah,
that means you have equity on it, and if you have at least
it's the most beneficial podcast ever, dog.
I know.
If you have at least 20% equity,
write that shit down. Make sure you
say it again. I got it. Let him finish.
There you go. I'll give you the advice. How long ago did you buy your house?
5 months ago.
5 months. Okay, so you're a little too new. Yeah. But for say, if you would have bought it 2 to 5 years ago, you would have probably already paid down some of it. Plus, prices of homes have increased, and then so if you purchase a home currently and you don't at least pay 80% or 20% down payment, meaning you're financing 80% of the property, you have something called PMI, and that's private mortgage insurance. And that pretty much doesn't protect you, but protects the bank. And in case you foreclose, so as of right now, you bought your house five months ago.
Yeah.
If you right now stop paying your mortgage, when the bank forecloses on you, that PMI kicks in and pays them pretty much any difference that you might have if the market crashes.
Pays the bank.
Pays the bank.
Oh,
you pay that mortgage, but it pays the bank.
Wow.
So unless you have 80% of your house paid down to, you're going to pay that private mortgage. So again, that's why I'm saying, like, if anybody has purchased a house and it's been 2 to 5 years, or even if you think that you might have bought a house that was a really good deal and it's been a year and you've done renovations to it, it's worth talking to a loan officer and seeing if you could refinance it and hopefully kick out that PMI and then refinance it to a 15 years. Because if you stay with a 30-year mortgage, it's great. It's way better than renting. But if you're wanting to get out of it, 15 years is the way to go. Because there's, you see the light at the end of the tunnel there.
So my parents, they actually bought a house. Probably it's about 4 years now.
Okay, so they're great.
Yeah.
Shout out Gloria and Stuart one time. Go ahead.
No, it's David and Naomi.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So like they bought a house. We actually got it kind of cheap, but like right now the value kind of went up, like just because of where it's at.
Just where it's at.
Yeah.
What lender did y'all use? Was it like a big bank, like a Regions?
No, it was some random ass. It was like Homestead, Planet.
Homestar? Was it?
It was Homestead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was with him, and then it went to Planet Home Lending or something like that.
Yeah, they sell out. But it's still, I mean, it doesn't change. Your parents are perfect to talk to. Either Dagoberto, which is what I would recommend.
That's what they
just talk to him again.
Mm-hmm.
But I would talk to him again in today's market.
Okay.
And then I would say, hey, look, and interviewed somebody in the podcast yesterday, and they said that it'd be a good time to talk to you. Tell him our name. He knows it very. We'll do a lot of business,
right?
Especially this guy. But I don't know. Yeah. But just say, hey, man, look, what would it look like if I were to do a 15-year mortgage and if I were to switch to a conventional? And could I take out my PMI?
Yeah.
Just ask those questions, and I think you'll be surprised on what the answer could be.
Because I think they got
you'd be surprised.
What is it?
Sorry, Brendan Schaub. Sorry,
was it FHA?
They did an FHA. Yeah. Okay, so that's a government secured loan. So they're perfect for it because that private mortgage insurance can range from like 80 to the average home in Dalton at least 80 to like $120. But that doesn't go. So if your payment's $920, those $120 is going straight to that insurance. Right. So you're technically paying $800. Out of those $800, you're paying taxes and insurance, maybe $200, and then $600 is actually going for your tax to your principal and interest. So when you refinance and do a conventional, you don't have that PMI. So your payment can stay around the same, but you're cutting down from 30 years to 15 years, or your payment can even go
plus that new interest rate. I mean, 5 years ago they probably had like what 5-6.
Yeah,
it's like 5.6.
If you do a 15-year, we locked somebody in yesterday, and I don't want to quote rates because that's a whole different legal aspects to it, but I would say from 2 to 2.5%. So imagine if your parents got a 4.5.
It was 2.3. He doesn't want to say it on camera, but it was
2.25. But yeah, it's definitely So get them back to Doug.
Yeah, I'll probably get them to talk to him.
And the reason rates dropped so much this year is again because of the virus.
Because absolutely.
The only bad thing there, and at least what we're seeing of it, is right now the CARES Act pretty much stops for many foreclosures. so people can be foreclosed this year.
Yeah.
At least until the end of the year. Now our elections.
Yeah, I haven't paid my rent in months.
Dude, I haven't paid his mortgage in like 7 months. Dude.
Y'all are the problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm not working.
Yeah.
I'm not working. I don't qualify. I don't qualify for unemployment. You know what I mean?
So the housing market. Where do you see them going? Because like I've been hearing like a lot of like back and forth. Like it's gonna go down. It's gonna go up. It's gonna.
Everybody has their own kind of speculations about it, but I do feel, or at least to the data that we're getting, because of the CARES Act, there's no foreclosures going on for the rest of this year. So depending who stays in office, we might see a lot of foreclosures.
Yeah, shout out Joe Biden one time, dog.
if you're looking into the way I put it is, if you're looking into selling, this is the year. If you're looking into selling or refinancing your current mortgage, this is the year. If you're looking into buying, I mean, it's always a great time to buy if you're renting, and it's always a great time to buy if you hit us up. But if you could just wait there might be an opportunity next year where you might better do because of
Wait.
Shout out
To buy
Abraham Lincoln
something?
one time.
To buy? You said it might be better.
There might, and again, it's just there's a lot of variables. But
I say,
foreclosure,
cause my brother here has been trying to get a house.
You usually buy a foreclosure.
Yeah.
Oh, we brought lenders with us, man. We'll get you pre-qualified.
You could. They already brought. They're waiting in the car. They brought contracts for you to sign right now.
Broker this came right now. Trying to get for this house.
Yeah.
They're waiting in the car. They just want to bring them out until we were ready.
Gang.
I mean, if what we're hearing does happen, then there might be foreclosures next year. And if there is, usually when I bought my house as a foreclosure 5-6 years ago, you always get a better deal. Because the bank is just trying to recuperate their money.
Yeah.
Because there's no sentimental value. If he sells me his house right now, he can say, "Look, man, I did podcasts here. I have so many people in here. This means so much to me. I need an extra.
So many fats, bro. It's all semen everywhere.
All those memories.
So much cum.
So much to him.
Yeah.
And they're like, I want this more for it.
But if it's foreclosure, like, yo, I haven't been here in months.
Well, the bank, if foreclosure is being sold by the bank, and at that point, the bank doesn't care anything.
Yo, get it out of my hands.
They
get it out of my hands.
just want their money.
Wow, banks don't care about thoughts. Headline. They don't care.
Okay.
No, but yeah, I guess that was my big thing for time.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yo, fuck. It was great.
Anyways, the biggest take, if somebody's bought their house and it's been at least 2 years, talk to a lender. Or call us. But
to my boy, his ad's gonna be right here.
Right here, somewhere around there.
All this, bro.
That's our editing skills. It might be there, it might not. I don't know. It depends if you remember or not. Quien sabe, dog. We're kind of drunk.
Yeah.
All right, man. Rolls Royce. So I heard you got married, bro. How the fuck that happened? I thought you was gay, dog.
Actually,
My boy always trying to talk about love, bro. Why you always trying to talk about love, dude?
Cause I'm missing that shit in my life.
This is about real estate, dog. Shout out Anna one time.
We're gonna talk about.
Shout out you, son.
Yeah, talk about your marriage. Talk about how that happened. How was the wedding?
Shit.
Why we didn't get invited?
Huh? Oh, I did invite y'all. Y'all didn't come.
That's not. Actually, I feel like I did get an invite. I feel like I did for some reason.
Get George in here. I'm gonna get Kelvin and y'all. I didn't get.
Oh, you definitely didn't invite Kelvin. I know for a fact you didn't invite Kelvin. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. I don't invite myself to places, dude. I'm an embarrassment
Can we
to
just
myself.
talk about how Kevin's teeth are so white though? Like,
We talk about every episode. Literally every
They're
episode.
fake,
Really?
bro. They're fake, dude. They're fake. Dude.
Oh,
They're
I want
fake.
some fake teeth like that.
Let's do it.
Nah, your
man.
teeth look great. Look great.
Probably make a
dog.
lot of closures if you have fake teeth, dude. People love that shit.
Years.
Yo, Christian, how much do you bench press, dog?
There's no telling, man. Just go in there and start ripping stuff out.
You know he's lying.
That's the most douchebag answer. I just start ripping shit out, son. Whatever's on the bar. It could be 375 pounds or 179.
I just
Load
put
up the
all
bar,
the
man.
weights, all the
Load up
weights
the
that are
bar.
available at the gym. I just put them on a
Literally,
fucking
whatever's there, I just start
straight
putting it up on the
douchebag.
bar. So if I go to the squat rack, I just start shoulder pressing.
whatever the CrossFit people ain't using. I just fucking use it.
Oh, fuck. All right,
Sometimes I
man.
throw a kettlebell on.
Oh,
the
y'all got
fucking bar.
everything you want to plug in?
Yeah, if you guys want to shout out, want to say last
Yeah.
words.
Do
last
you guys
minutes?
rap or anything? You guys want to throw some bars in there?
You guys want to do karaoke?
We
If
usually
you're
got
buying, you're
segments that, like,
selling, you're renting, you're leasing, call us.
Call the boys, man.
Call the Campos
Hey,
team.
that ad's gonna be
Yeah.
Down here somewhere.
Quit renting for all your life, man. Buy something, bro. Buy
Absolutely.
something. Buy a fucking bicycle.
Make an investment. Make an investment.
Instagram, Facebook, anything.
Buy a gold chain or something, dog.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Please do.
Buy a
Follow
new
us-
girlfriend.
Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook.
All that right here.
What's the ads and stuff, handles, all that good stuff?
Hey, you know what? Throw
It's
that
just
shit.
literally Campos Realty Team on both. It could be Facebook or Instagram. It's just Campos Realty Team. Look us up, add us. I mean, if you have questions, hit us up. I don't know if people really know, but if you're buying a property, there's no charge to hire a realtor. So please just hire somebody to represent you. Even if you're buying it for sale by owner, whatever it is, just hire somebody that's going to represent you. Again, you're buying the most expensive thing pretty much of your life. So you want somebody that has been there. You want somebody that's going to guide you correctly so you're not in a sticky situation later on. And again, if you're buying a property, there's 90+% chance that it's going to be free to your pocket. I mean, usually the buyer never pays anything. Everything gets paid on the seller side. So let us help you. Let's help you get into a property. Hit up our boys. They're both, Christians, good looking. All the single ladies, come on.
Call single ladies. All the single dudes. Whatever. Hey. My boys speak 2020s. Ain't that right, Christian?
They're both bilinguals. They like men and girls.
Yeah.
Griffin 2, Griffin single as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
Griffin's also, he's not getting married apparently. The whole episode we did about him getting married was a lie.
He caught all the marriage. Hit him up.
That's not true. That's not true. Tying don't beat the shit out of her.
She's gonna beat the fuck out of me.
Dude,
now,
she beat the shit out of George, bro. I saw there was literally one night. She beat
married
the
yet,
fuck
though.
out of George.
She's practicing.
Every night?
Practice.
Are you talking to every night that they've been together?
You're right, my bad. That was true.
All right, end the shit, bro.
Okay, mom's out. Christian, Rolls Royce, anything you just want to plug or shout out?
Shout out to my wife Juana and her
Shout out
family.
to Juana.
the
Shout out to
sisters,
her
my
and the
brother.
divorce.
Hey, shout out for Marbin having me on here.
Hi, Mom.
Shout out
Thank
to
all
real
of you
quick,
guys for
Christian.
coming on. As always, it's my
Ganga.
Stallioni boys. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate every single one of y'all.
Hit the outro.
Gang. Buy a fucking house or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever. Do whatever you want. I don't know.
Yo, y'all 27. We don't know what the fuck we're doing yet.
Gang, bro.